Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. And before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be a massive spring book haul. I am filming this on June 1st, and these are all the books I've accumulated since my last book haul, which was in February. So I have a lot of books here. There's over 20 of them. And we are just going to go through, talk about all the books, and yeah, this video might be a long one, so definitely, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab all the things you need, and let's get started. But before we get started, actually, I want to preface this by saying that I am so grateful to be able to have all of these books and all of these books, and I'm not trying to brag in any way. I am just beyond grateful for all the books I am given as gifts and able to purchase with money that has been given to me and stuff. So let's just get into this book haul. We are going to be going through these in no particular order except for the books. I'm going to save the books I got for my birthday because my birthday was yesterday. I'm going to save those for the end. And otherwise, no particular order. Sorry if you can hear the fan, but it is way too hot here to film without it on. So hopefully the noise isn't too horrible. And also my back is killing me. So this is going to be fun. Let's just get started. The first book I have is Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. This is book one in the Cat and Mouse duet. This is a dark romance. Definitely check your triggers. I have already read this. I read it in a reading vlog on my channel, and I will try and remember to link the videos I read these in, but I read this in my Brie and Brooklyn Love This Book Will I reading vlog. So if I don't link it, that is the name of the vlog if you want to try and find it. And that is this book, Dark Romance, book one in a duet. And I don't really want to say my thoughts on these books in case you haven't seen my wrap-ups or vlogs with them. I don't want to spoil my thoughts, so. But just know that all of these books that I have read, I am keeping, which means I liked them. I'm not going to tell you exactly what star rating and stuff, but this one is a stalker romance, and that is this one. Next up is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith, book two in the Wicked Games series. This is a dark romantasy. I have read this one. I read it in my continuing series reading vlog, and this one is basically about, it is a marriage of convenience, and it is like trials, like a game, a competition, and that is this one. And book one is Phantasma, just so you guys know. And you don't have to read them in order, but I'd recommend it. And if you plan on reading book two, Enchantra, if you plan on reading book one, read it first. You can read Enchantra without reading Phantasma. I would recommend reading Phantasma, but it's going to spoil a couple little things for Phantasma. So if you do have some interest in that book, read it first. That's all I'm trying to say. Next, we've got Killer of Mine by Alexis Grace. I read this in my Kooky Mayhem Part 1 reading vlog, and I read this on Kindle, but I loved it so much I needed the physical copy for my shelves. And this is a romantic suspense. Why choose? It is the daughter of a serial killer and 4 FBI agents, and they work together to try and catch her father. And I loved this one. This was so good. It is book one in a series, and I believe 2 books are out, or maybe 3. I'm not sure how many are going to be in this series, but I know I'm going to want to continue. So I needed the physical copy for my shelves. And next is First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I read this one. I read this in my TBR Takedown episode 1 reading vlog. This is a contemporary romance about this radio station. Our main male character Aiden, he runs this romance hotline, and Lucy, our main female character, I think her daughter is 12-ish. Her daughter calls into the radio station saying that her mom needs to go on a date and her mom's lonely. And that is how Lucy and Aiden meet. And that is this book. And I really, really love this cover. Next we have Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. This is a sci-fi romance, alien romance. It is the third book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. I've read the first two a couple years ago and I really enjoyed them. So I'm excited for this one. This is on my June TBR. We'll see if I get to it or not. But this one is just, these are short, very smutty books and I enjoyed the first two, so that is this one. Next we have Wings of Starlight by Allison Saft. This is a like retelling-ish prequel to Tinkerbell. This follows the queen, what is her name? Clarion? Yes, Clarion and Mallory, which if you've seen the Tinkerbell movies, you know who they are, and it is their story. This is YA, and I am very, very excited for it. This cover is gorgeous. Next, we have Lightlark and Nightbane by Alex Astor. These are YA romantasy books. These are books 1 and 2 in a series. I'm not sure what this series is called. I think it's just the Lightlark Saga. Okay. So I actually got these two secondhand and they're in great condition. And I don't know really anything about these except that they are YA romantasy. And I've heard very, very mixed things about them and about the author. So I'm a little nervous, but that's these two. Next, I have Wildside by Elsie Silver. This is the third book in the Rose Hill series, and I love Elsie Silver's books. She is my favorite author, and I cannot wait to read this one. This series is all about single dads. This one I'm pretty sure is Marriage of Convenience, and I think it's kind of like enemies to lovers, and I think it's Grumpy Grumpy. I think they're both grumpy, and I am just very excited. This follows Tabitha, who we saw a little bit of in, was it book 2? And I didn't really have many thoughts on her, but we've seen Reese in the other books, and we don't see him much, but what we do see, I really like him, and I'm excited for this one. And Elsie Silver never disappoints. Next, we have Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I read this one in my continuing series reading vlog. This is a YA dystopian sci-fi. It is the second prequel to the Hunger Games. It comes after the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but before the Hunger Games trilogy. This follows Haymitch and his time in the games, and this book, I know I wasn't really going to give reviews, but this is 5 stars. You need to read this book. It is so good. I literally teared up, and I never cry in books, but this one, I'm not over it. Sorry if the angle has changed. I am getting so hot even with the fan on, but let's continue. Next, we have a book I actually just got today, and that is Please Sir by Daisy Jane. I've read one other book by this author. It was a novella called Cherry Pie, and I really enjoyed it. I think I gave that one like 3.5, but it was a really short novella, but I really had a great time. The writing was awesome, and this one sounds so good. So this is I think it's contemporary romance, but I'm pretty sure it is very kinky, and yeah, I am just very, very excited for this one, and I love this cover. Next, we actually have my current read, which is Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I mentioned book 1, Haunting, earlier in this video. This is the second and final book in the duet, and I am currently reading this one for a vlog that should be the next video coming out after this one, hopefully. So keep your eyes open for that. And that is this one, again, dark romance. This one is very, very dark, even darker than the first. So definitely check your trigger warnings. Next, we have a pre-order that actually just came out a few days ago. This is Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent. This is a dark hockey romance, I think, and I know that it has Primal Play, and when I saw that, I'm like, I need this book in my life, so I pre-ordered it. That was a while ago, but I have been so excited for this one, and it's got the gorgeous sprayed edges, and I am just so excited to read this. I've never read a Rena Kent book before, but I know everyone loves her Legacy of God series, so if I love this, I will probably be going back and reading those. Next, we have Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry, book 1 in the Eden series. This is romantic suspense. I've read several books by Devney Perry before and loved them. I know her writing is definitely a hit for me, and I am excited to dive into this one. I've heard a lot of amazing things about this series, and I'm very, very excited. 3 more books, and then we're on to the stack of books I got for my birthday. Next up, we have Glimmers of You by Catherine Cowles, book 3 in the Lost and Found series. I've read these out of order. I've read book 4 and then book 5. Loved them, so I'm definitely excited for this one. Love Catherine Cowles' writing, and yeah, so I've decided to read this series completely out of order, which is totally fine. They are interconnected standalones, and I don't really know anything about this one. I think it might be fake dating or something, but I am excited to get to this one, and it is romantic suspense, if I didn't already say that. Next, we have Summer of Night by Dan Simmons. This one is a horror, and it's set in 1960, and I believe it's like about these kids who there's like strange and horrifying things happening, and different horrors, and these kids try to stop it. So it's, to me, it's kind of giving, like, based on the synopsis or like what I know of it, it's giving It by Stephen King or like Stranger Things vibes, but set in the 60s, and I am very interested to read this one. Well, I guess that was only a matter of time. I didn't even think of that with the fan aimed this way. Those were just some papers on top of this bookshelf, and yeah, now they're not on top of the bookshelf. Anyways, back to what I was saying. This is actually blurbed by Stephen King, and so I am excited. Hopefully this one is good. And the last book before we get into the birthday books is Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This one I've heard amazing things about. It sounds so good. It is a murder mystery, and it is about this group of seniors at a seniors home who solve a murder. And I am very intrigued by this. I hear it is just super fun, hilarious, and witty, and just a really good time. So I am very excited to read this one. Now on to the books I got for my birthday. We are going to start off with the books I got from my mom, and then there are some books I got from my aunt, uncle, and cousin. So we are going in that order. The first book from my mom is Fall Into You by J.T. Geisinger. This is a dark romance, and like these books, I knew what they were about when I added them to my wish list and like told people I wanted them. But I don't remember what they're about now, because I hear the synopsis, I love it, I add it to my wish list, and then I forget about it. But I've really wanted to read a book by J.T. Geisinger for a while, so hopefully this one is good. Next, we have a thriller. We have The Stowaway by James S. Murray and Darren Wearmouth. And this is a thriller book set on a cruise ship, I believe. And that's really all I know about it. I heard Lexi from Books with Lexi really enjoyed this book, and so I added it to my wish list. And I think it's about this person who was on the jury of this like really horrible case, and now horrible things are happening on this cruise ship, and she has to figure out what's going on with her knowledge from that case. Next is Forbidden King by Laura Pavlov, book 3 in the Magnolia Falls series. This is a contemporary romance. It is small town, found family. All the men in these books are really close and really like good friends and like a family. And I know nothing about what this is about. I don't know who this is following, but it says she's my best friend's little sister and completely off limits. So I'm excited. Loved the first 2 books. Well, I loved book 1. Book 2 was good, but not as good as book 1. But I'm excited to get to this one. And next we have, this is a chunky one. We got Blood Mercy by Vella Roth. This is book 1 in the Blood Grace series. This is romantasy, and I really don't know what this is about, but I've heard amazing things about this. I'm pretty sure it is in a fantastical world, and our main character is a human. It says, 1 human, 1 immortal. Will their alliance save the kingdom, or will their forbidden love be a death sentence? I am intrigued, and this cover, absolutely stunning. The last book I got from my mom is Sweet Temptation by Cora Riley. I've been wanting to read a Cora Riley book for so long. This is a dark romance. It is a standalone, so I thought it was a pretty good place to start. And this one, I think it's might be Marriage of Convenience or Arranged Marriage. And yes, I think it's also single dad. So that is super exciting. And I've heard phenomenal things about Cora Riley's writing. And the last 2 books in this haul I got from my aunt, uncle, and cousin. The first one is another chunker. It is Hexed by Emily McIntyre. The 6th and final book in the Never After series. Read the first 5 already. Loved most of them. And I'm excited to finish off the series. This is a dark romance fairy tale reimagining series that are all standalones. They do not interconnect in any way. You can read them in any order, but this is the final one, and it is inspired by The Little Mermaid. And the last book in this book haul is Saving Six by Chloe Walsh, book 3 in the Boys of Tommen series. I read Binding and Keeping 13 last year, absolutely adored them, and I need to continue this series. This is the first book following Joey and Aoife, and everyone says these 2 are their favorite, so I need to know what goes on with these 2. And this one I'm sure is going to be even more emotional than the first 2, because just seeing Joey and what Joey's gone through, oh my god. This book is going to wreck me, and I know it. But that is it for this video. That is my spring book haul for 2025. Let me know if you have read any of these books or if they are on your TBR. If you made it this far, please leave a... What emoji should we do? How about a butterfly emoji? And also, before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.